Begin the mission.
2025 was a weird year for me. Not necessarily bad, just weird and inconsistent. Not crazy, but also not uneventful. My channel started off with a bang at the start. I had 3 videos do fairly well, especially for a channel of my size. It looked like I was finally figuring out this whole YouTube content creator thing. And then on my 3rd video, which was my review on GSavior, it was like I had just hit a wall. My videos tend to take about a week and a half before they stop getting pushed and get the majority of their views. My GSavior video, however, was a 1 out of 10 on the first day, within the first hours in fact, and looked to be my best video yet. And then the next day came, and it was like it and my channel were suddenly nerfed. To be honest, my channel hasn't really recovered since. I floated around several ideas as to why, and none really 100% check out. These reasons also include me deciding to branch out from only making GPL2 content, and simply just having fallen off. But my best performing video to date is not a GPL2 video. And my viewership remains more or less the same. It's not always consistent, but it's there. Believe me when I say I am extremely hard on myself. No one is meaner to me than me. Well, there might be an ex-girlfriend from way back when who might dispute that, but she wasn't a Gundam or mech fan, so none of her opinions are valid. Jokes aside, I spent about half the year trying to figure this out, and without any real conclusion. I spent a long time looking at my thumbnails trying to see if they were the problem. In the process of trying to fix or improve them, I think I ended up making them worse. Oh, also, I forgot to mention that at the start of 2025, my city was on fire. Literal fire, houses and buildings burning, people displaced from their homes. Not the entire city, but enough to the point where everyone in the county received an alert telling us to prepare to have to evacuate our homes. And then, like 30 minutes later, we got another alert saying to ignore the previous alert. So, that was fun. Honestly, the worst my area of the city had to deal with was some ash, which was nothing compared to the people who actually lost their homes, some of which I actually knew or knew of. Okay, enough with the IRL stuff, back to the mechs. Before starting a YouTube channel, I knew there were copycats everywhere, not just on this platform, but the internet in general. At first, when I only did GPL2, I never really saw it as someone copying my videos or ideas, since anyone could and still use whatever suits I covered. At most, I saw it as someone taking inspiration from my work. It wasn't until I started reviewing other games when it was hard not to raise an eyebrow. I noticed bigger channels coincidentally reviewing the same 20-plus-year-old games roughly around the same time as me. And by roughly around the same time, I mean a few weeks after me. Obviously, anyone can make reviews of the same games. Just because someone was the first doesn't mean no one else can. And there are some great games that more people should know about. My thing is that you should at least try to add your own spin to it. Knowing there were others looking to do the same as me forced me to alter my way of covering games. This made things harder on myself because it required me to play an individual game 2 to 3 times at least to find a different approach. And in doing so, it would take me longer to make a video. Also, around this time, money was pretty tight, and I eventually decided to find another job. Eventually, I was able to find another job that paid better. The only downside was that it meant less video editing time and even less time to play video games. On the other hand, this was great because I was suddenly making more money than I had in the last 2 to 3 years. On the other hand, again, I struggled to find a balance where I could still manage a YouTube channel. After giving it a lot of thought, I think I finally figured out how. It's going to require some changes, but nothing too drastic, I think. My main concern taking this approach has been how to not become a channel that basically just uploads a bunch of slop content. That's not what I want. It never has been. My goal has been to try to find a way to make videos where someone watches them once and then maybe a few months later or a year later decide to watch it again because of something they liked. Making videos where everyone just watches them once and then completely forget about them has never been the goal. With all that being said, there are going to be some changes. First off, how I review games will change. I tried originally to review old games like how the Sphere Hunter and Josh Drive Haze do, but it doesn't look like Gundam fans like that sort of thing. I also don't exactly have Josh's voice, so I get it. I'll try a different way. I'm gonna try to find a way that's more unique to me. Also, Trying to make videos like Josh Drive Haze takes a long time, so it's realistically not practical for someone with my schedule. The second thing is that I'm going to eventually try to cover other things besides games. Apologies if I'm being vague about this, but I hope you can understand since there are a bunch of copycats out there, as I said earlier in the video. This leads me to the third thing. The way I make videos overall is going to have to change. No more overproduced videos. I'll still do my best to give the best quality as possible, but no more over-editing. Looking at my analytics, it doesn't seem like this change will be received all that negatively. My more edited videos don't tend to do all that well anyways. So that's what I have planned for this year. Should be interesting. I don't really have an outro, so that's all I got. Take care and see you later.